I feel like I'm a little late to the party on this news, but I still want to talk about it nonetheless because I find it pretty damn interesting. We've all been talking about a potential 2C trade for about a month or two now, and even going back the last couple seasons, it's always a 2C that we're trading for come trade deadline time. And then I saw Jackson from the Jets Hub YouTube channel talking about how Adam Lowry could be the next second line center of this team. And then I also saw this article posted on Pro Hockey Rumors talking about that exact same thing that Darren Dreger from TSN was talking about how the Jets probably aren't going to be looking at that spot as much and prioritizing trading for a 2C anymore because of how Lowry is playing as of late because of this Vladislav Nemestikov injury. And honestly, I can see why this is in the news as of late. Adam Lowry is playing fantastic, and this TSN panel video the other day as well really solidified this as being a major news story, as the Jets may not be pursuing that area anymore, especially because Darren Dreger is pretty reliable when it comes to Winnipeg Jet reports. He has just very good inside information, it seems, about the Jets. He's always the first to report a lot of big trades that we've done in the past, even before Elliot Friedman. And when you look at what Adam Lowry is doing this year offensively, you look at all of his metrics offensively and defensively, and the growth of his offensive game, going back to when he was awarded the captaincy, putting up 36 points, 35 points, and so far 25 points in 46 games, looking to potentially even break that. He's really developed into a consistent 35-point guy, and his offensive game is a lot sharper. And I think that, he has that established chemistry with guys already on this club. He's been here forever, his whole career. He's played with Ehlers for a while, not even just on the ice, just being that, leader in the room and being around these guys for so long. You build that chemistry up, on and off the ice. And I think we're seeing that, and I know we were talking the other day about, a guy like Matthew Barzal being a potential trade, target in that last video I made the other day. And I still am on board with something like that. And I still think that trading for a 2C, especially if it's a valuable 2C like a Barzal type player or a Pettersson, I think that would be beneficial for this team, especially in the long run, depending on the contract structure and whatnot. There's a lot of elements in play there, but I still think it's positive. But when you look at Adam Lowry as a player that has been here for a while, that has that chemistry, that is the leader of this team, and you look at the lines right now with the injuries that we have, with Appleton being out, with Nemestikov being out, I think that they're playing pretty well, and I think they're pretty balanced. I like that we're seeing, players stepping up in roles and chemistry being formed. I really like what we're seeing from Alex Iafallo on that second line right now with Nikolai Ehlers and Adam Lowry. I think it's really well adjusted. I think Iafallo has that, ability to play with top line players. We saw it when he was with the LA Kings before being traded over here, and we've used Iafallo as kind of a pro type player in years past, where he's played all over the lineup. When you look at Kupari as well, I think he's been kind of buried on that fourth line, and I think a lot of his offensive opportunities, we haven't been able to see as much from him as we would like. And I think that him getting that bump up to the third line, we're starting to see that from him. We're starting to see more elements in his game, and this is also helping Perfetti, because Perfetti just wasn't fitting with Nemestikov and Ehlers, and he's been struggling pretty much at 5-on-5 for the whole season, pretty much, to be honest. And I think that him playing on that third line with Kupari, I think it's more balanced. And I think Ehlers as well is just, I think him and Lowry have that chemistry. I think it allows Ehlers to take over more offensively, especially. I just think that there's a lot of that, and then when even Nemestikov gets healthy again, you could swap out David Gustafsson, you maybe move him down the line a bit more. I think there's a way that you can make this work. And when you look at ice time in general, Adam Lowry's pretty much been the third line in itself has pretty much been the second line for the Jets when you look at ice time. And, breaking that line up, we're finally starting to see the offense down there be a bit more, equal and not just all on that third line. We're starting to see more from the fourth line. We're starting to see more from the third line and the second line, even at 5-on-5. And I think that's a good thing to spread it out. And I think with the injuries, we're starting to see that. And I think the coaching staff is seeing the benefits of that. So if the Jets don't want to focus on a 2C as a priority anymore, I think that's a good thing. When you look in years past, outside of the Paul Stastny trade, Kevin Hayes didn't work out, Cody Eakin didn't work out, so many opportunities that the Jets saw themselves in at the deadline haven't worked out at the 2C spot. So if you really think about it, focus on the defense, get a really good impactful player for the defense, lock it up, especially with Hellebuck, and maybe trade for another solid third line player just for playoff depth and experience. Maybe that's the way to go. Personally, I think focusing focusing on the defense this year and really going all in on an impactful defenseman might really be a beneficial way to go if you're the Jets and if you're the management of this team. I think that could be an area that we've seen the Jets not focus on in the years past, and maybe that's something that's affected us come playoff time. So maybe that's the way they should go. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, as always. I'm really curious to see what your guys' all opinions is on this. Do you want a 2C? Do you want a defenseman? How do you feel about Lowry going there, signing a third? Maybe Jonathan Toews as well. Is that the guy the Jets look at? I don't know. We've talked about that as well. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below on this. Very interesting conversation. And as always, thank you so much for watching and the support as of late on the channel. If you're new, your first time checking out a video here, make sure to subscribe. Check out all the links in the description below. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and whatnot. And let me know your thoughts down in the comment section as always. Peace, love, and positivity. Go Jets, go! And I will see you guys in the next one.